All right, welcome to episode 6 of the Greatest People You've Never Met podcast. Today, a very special guest in studio. I've been super excited to do this episode. Thank you, everyone, for listening so far. 6 episodes, we're doing really well, and appreciate everybody at home. Today we have the ColdBeers and Cheeseburgers girls in the studio. So, yeah, if you guys just want to take a second, introduce yourselves to everyone, please.
I'm Marlena. I am from Seattle, and I have worked at ColdBeers for 3 years. It'll be 3 years in September.
My name's Kim Harkin. I like to party. I've been with CBCB North Scottsdale for 3.5 years.
Michelle from Los Angeles, and I've been at ColdBeers a little over 3 years.
Thank you. So part of the reason I want to do this pod is these 3 incredible human beings have brought a lot of fun to my life over the last year that I've lived here. And I think the service industry is pretty incredible, obviously growing up with that, with my dad owning a restaurant. But I think also the things that y'all deal with every day is pretty incredible too. So I want to touch on
saying that.
Yeah, absolutely. As one of your liked customers, I just like to sit back and watch now. So
Thank you for
The
being one of
chaos
us.
and spiral.
you're welcome.
We appreciate you.
Thank you. So how long have you guys been in the service industry? Is it something you've always done?
No, not me.
I mean, it's been off and on for
Yeah.
a hot minute.
This is
Yeah.
the most consistent industry job I've had.
Definitely not. I went to college, graduated, and
Sick college
I had
bag.
no idea that I would ever work at a restaurant. Not that it wasn't ever a job for me. I just had never been introduced to it with the lack of time, playing soccer and growing up. So it was definitely something that I didn't know I needed, but life's funny. So it works out how it's supposed to. But I'm very happy that I did start at ColdBeers and that it's introduced me to so many great people and so many different experiences, to say the least, in my life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Few that we'll be sharing.
Job. This was a temporary job. 3.5 years later, here we are.
Absolutely. That's incredible to me. So what drew you 3 to ColdBeers?
Money.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Yeah.
I just moved here, so yeah, money. And then I had a friend that was like, I have a friend that happened to be a manager at ColdBeers at the time. Was looking for servers. Got an interview the next day.
Hired.
That was it.
On the
Hired.
spot.
Yeah, that was about it. Simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was, again, not at all like that. I went in for a random interview just to, have another job. And now it's, my main job. So let's freaking go.
Yeah. No, it's pretty cool. I mean, just knowing you guys and listening to, you guys talk about the things you go through every day. Some of them are funny, but obviously some of them I'm sure make you not want to come back to work.
I feel like it's kind of addicting. Obviously, the money is great, and that makes it a lot easier to get through the day. But the experiences and the people that we meet are so out of the ordinary that you're just I can't get enough.
Right.
And asking people where they're from and why they're here. And
And it makes me feel so much better about my own life that I'm
Sure.
I'm not one of those.
Yeah.
Thank
It can always be worse, right?
I could be so much worse.
Yeah.
I could be in a much worse position. But here we are.
Yeah.
at
Well,
TJ Maxx, I saw one of those signs, and it was a bartender is a therapist too. And I was literally, yes.
1,000%.
Yes. When they get a couple drinks in them, you never know what's going to come out, even of your regular's mouth. It's crazy what they're going through.
Especially a regular's mouth.
Yeah,
Comfortable.
they become so comfortable with you, and you're this might have been too much, but just hit me with it. I'm ready for it. And you take on their life and their struggles. So
That's incredible. I mean, those are the things I want to. So, I'm a big fan of dumb people. I think they make the world go round. There's it takes all kinds of kinds, right? So, what's the dumbest question that you've been asked since you've been at ColdBeers and Cheeseburgers?
Do you serve tacos and tequila at ColdBeers and Cheeseburgers?
it's up there. It's a good one.
How many are in the full order of the wings? 10. What about the half order?
5. Quick.
Do the math.
Did you pass 3rd grade?
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Really,
know
it's
if
not that bad. I'm just complaining. It just makes me laugh.
the 2 I can think of, and I've been thinking about this question because I feel like if you asked a majority of servers, you would be shocked. But I got asked if we had lettuce the other day, and I wasn't sure if they meant like a salad or like just lettuce, and they really did just mean lettuce. And then I got asked by the same customer what was the ice cream in the cup that was being held, and it was a milkshake. But if you have a brain, you see that there's ice cream in a large cup,
Right.
assuming that it is a milkshake with whipped cream
Right.
and a straw. So I think those are probably the top 2 that are up there for me.
That's incredible. Like just the other night, I saw like some guys at the bar doing the build your own burger thing, and then they put their own box for mushrooms.
Oh my God.
And then Sammy was like, "We don't have mushrooms."
Like it was on there.
yeah, if that was an option.
I said, sir, we don't have mushrooms in the building. And he was like, you don't? I said, no, that's why it's not listed.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I'll run to Sprouts real quick, though, if you need them.
That's just so funny that people.
BYOM, bring your own mushrooms.
There you
like,
go.
let's do it. Let's start it.
Yeah, I think that's the next big hit here in Arizona.
So many things like that. What else? I was asked dirty martini. Do you have blue cheese stuffed olives? And I was like, oh, I love those. Unfortunately, we don't. Well, you have blue cheese. And I'm like, yeah. And you have olives. So you can stuff them. And I'm like, okay.
Build your own menu item. Yeah. That
just
sounds
work
good.
for you.
Yeah, that's your guys' job. Figure it out.
That's good. Yeah, that's up there for sure.
Yeah. So I think the coolest thing about getting to know you guys is like definitely seeing how you interact with obviously like the locals or, you know, people that you know that are there consistently, and then people that are new, right? Or like just coming in, or like travelers, whatever. What are some of like the weirder questions that people have asked? I'm sure there's a list of those.
Oh, man. I got to think about this one.
I know. I'm sure there are.
The weirder question, just like across the board.
Like somebody. Yeah.
Honestly, I've been asked if we have Bush Light on.
Well, that's a fair question.
On draft, though.
Oh,
sipping on it
I mean,
I
that's,
don't know any bar or any restaurant.
They're out there.
Yeah, in the Midwest.
Correct.
We're in Scottsdale.
Well, built by the Midwest.
I apologize. We have PBR and Old Style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some Ultra on tap.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I
I
don't.
think like out of pocket, just like you're not. I mean, I don't know. My favorite thing is you walk up to a table and or at the bar and you're like, "Hi, my name's Kim," and they're like, "Diet Coke." I'm like, "Well, how are you? Like, you good? Are we okay?" And then we don't know what's next.
You're like, look, buddy, I don't have much, but I have a spiel. Just let me dish my
Let me do
spiel.
it. I just work here.
Or if they ask, like, what's the most expensive thing on the menu?
Oh,
You're like, what's your
God.
most expensive tequila shot? You know, whatever it is, $35, $45. And then they get a Bud Light that is $4.
So do you think that's like a flex when people try to do that? Like,
Well, if you're gonna drink 1942, you don't ask the price.
right, you just
'Cause
drink
it's
it.
$40 a
Correct.
shot. You
Right.
know what you're getting
Yeah.
into. But when you want to ask and then drink Sauza Blue, then yeah, I know who you are. I
Yeah.
know what kind of person you are.
That's fair.
just fine.
Right.
Yeah, whatever
Absolutely
you're
fine.
into.
Just like, I don't know.
You're like, we just bet, and that's how you're gonna start.
Yeah.
You want a $4 or a $40? Like you're missing a couple zeros in that math.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I would say, well, we might. Let's circle back to that one.
Okay.
because
That's fair.
the more we talk, I think we're gonna
For
think of
sure.
some
I
good
know.
ones. But that's
Vent.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're therapists too. See,
That's right. We'll table that one. How many times, like, I mean, especially like females, like I think like there's an abundance of creeps in the world, and we see them everywhere. So like, how many times is like a phone number left for y'all or somebody? Like, I mean, that's got to be a thing here.
Yeah, I mean, not that often. Like,
Really?
I guess
I mean, it's a thing.
it's a thing. And then you'll get like notes or something.
I think notes in general
Yeah.
are
Sure.
usually more popular than
Than
like
a
numbers
number.
specifically. I think I've honestly had more people, like friends, leave their friends' numbers because like they're embarrassed or something.
Sure.
And is it intentional? Probably not, but it's just like more of joking.
Well,
But
my
they're-
favorite is when there's a number left and there's like a 5% tip associated with that.
That's my favorite. Those are
I'm
definitely
really-
the winners
I'm
for sure.
so ready to just text them and teach them how to do math, but that's about it. I mean, no text like, hey, what's up, hello. It's just, hey, 20% of 50 is $10, not 4. Just so you know.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a small percentage, but I mean, like I said, the notes that get left, and the
notes are nice. I mean, I feel like you did a great job, but when it's from the opposite sex, like, hey, text me.
What's up?
Yeah. The latest note I got was, I'm sorry I couldn't eat my food. You were just too beautiful.
Oh.
And I was like,
wow, that's up there.
But yeah, same, like circling back. It was like 4 on 30. $4 tip on 30.
It's fine.
Just ask for a box.
I had a sweet note from a gal, and she was in college. She said, it was a sweet, genuine sweet one. She was really pleasant, really nice, and she did not leave me 20%, which was fine, but she goes, I'm in college and I'm paying for college. I'm sorry I couldn't tip you more. You deserve the most. And I was really like, that's so sweet. Like,
very nice.
I get it. We all are going through stuff. In college, I'm sure I tipped like crap
for
too.
sure.
You know what I mean? Like, we've all been there, so it's not a big deal. But just the note was nice, and the acknowledgement that, we're not identified by a number and a percentage at the end of the day, even though some days it really feels like it.
Well, touching on that a little bit, you guys obviously talked about money being a big thing, right? And then, the tips. So what's the biggest tip that has been dropped to you all?
$1,000.
Kim Harkin. There you go.
Really?
Yeah, $1,000. I almost shit my pants.
Was it like a local, somebody you knew, or is it somebody new?
It was a regular. It was during a football Sunday. It was me and another bartender, and we were busting our butts, to say the least. And this guy in particular decided to pay for basically half the 48-seat bar that we have and put all the tabs together. It was like a $500 tab, and we looked at the receipt when we got it back, and I was like, that says $1,500 as a total. Like, that's not $100 tip. There's an extra zero there. And it was pretty good. I also, from the same guy, got $650 on a $48 tab.
Wow.
Again, almost shit my
They
pants.
are far and few between. So
it's very rare and very, very much appreciated. It does not go unsaid, but
yeah.
And
that was from the same guy.
Yeah.
So obviously, somebody that's a regular and keep coming back, but that's few and far between. So that's definitely the winner there.
And the thing about this regular too, and he's so kind and polite and just.
Well, and he'll ask you like, "How's your day going?" And I'm like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
Thank you. I needed that.
Switch the roles. Yeah.
It is a true testament to you never know who you're talking to. I mean,
sure.
I've had the nicest people in the world, and they leave you notes like, you were so great, you were so thoughtful, you this and that, whatever. And again, it's not all based on the tip, but when you get notes like that, you kind of think that you're going to get a nice tip, and then they don't tip you the 20% that you think is going to happen, or even, whatever the percentage is. And then you have people that are just like, their bill's $16. I had a guy today, he got tater tots and a Sprite. It's a $7 tab. Like, I did nothing for you.
Right.
I brought you napkins, and he left me $10. And you're like, that's,
nice.
you're just a good guy.
Right.
Nice.
You
appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly.
And even that's super appreciated. Like, everything in between. Totally.
And just being a good customer around the board. I mean, good client, good customer in all aspects of the service industry, whether it's hair, makeup, nails. It matters more than you probably think.
Yeah. So what's the makeup of a good customer? I mean, in 2022, the world of Karens, what's the makeup of a good customer?
Let me say my spiel.
Okay.
If I can like gauge that like we're in a mood, I'm like, do you want my spiel or not? Like sometimes I'll just ask you, like,
It really
are we
is
in a
a
hurry
gauge.
or like if you need to make a movie in an hour, like let me know from the very beginning, and I will have your check out when your food comes out, so you are not waiting on me. Like I want you to get to wherever you need to be.
Yeah.
So just commute. Like we're human beings.
Communication.
Communication is huge, and please and thank you does go a long way as well.
For
A
sure.
smile really does help too every once in a while.
I think people's understanding too, like I try to be very transparent. Like if I forget to ring something in or I ring it in wrong and that person's like, well, you're human. Like I get it. And I always start with the problem and then the solution of like, I messed up, I'm going to fix it. And if someone is like, no worries, thank you so much. I'm like, oh, thank God for that.
Yeah.
But if the person's like bat out of hell, like, I'm going to have your butt by the end of this, like, it makes me so uncomfortable. But just the understanding of like, it's going to be okay. It's just food.
Yeah.
It's just food and beer.
That's it. Just don't waste our time.
Yeah.
It's busy. Look around.
Yeah.
Yep.
Be confident.
For sure.
Open your eyes. Like, we're not at the state freaking fair, but if we're busy and we're running around, don't
snap at you.
Oh,
Wait, what was that question about
The
crazy?
The weirdest.
the weirdest things.
Oh, okay. So we're cold beers and cheeseburgers, right?
Yeah.
So we serve cold beer and cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
So Steak 44 is right down the road, like Ocean Prime. My favorite question behind the bar is, so do you have like the sphere ice cubes?
Like it's a fancy joint.
I say no. No, we have cubed ice, like what came in your water that you asked for. And they're like, you really don't have cubed, like spherical ice? And I say, well, I mean, I could go like pitch at an ice pick in the back.
Right.
Like, what do you want me to do? And my go-to answer would be to send them down the road to that next restaurant that does that.
Yeah.
Because that's the atmosphere that they're in.
Right.
But it just blows my mind. I'm like, bro, our well whiskey is Old Forester. What are you expecting out of me? I have crushed ice. What would you
People
like?
do shots of Crown Royal here, sir.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Finlandia's our well vodka. I mean, we're doing great over here. But the spherical ice, I'm like,
Yeah, ice.
do you know where you are?
I
Ice,
actually get offended.
ice
Yeah,
is a
I'm
big
sorry.
thing here that
do you
they
need
get.
my
That's really it.
directions down the street?
You'd be surprised how often we get like,
Ice comments?
or they're
Ice.
like, you
Yes.
know, you say I want like whatever bourbon or whiskey rocks, and then we put like the ice in it because that's what rocks means, and they're like, oh, well, this isn't the ice I wanted. Well, we don't have a menu full of like 17 different ices. And
You should.
Sincerely, I sincerely apologize.
Build your own menu.
Oh my God. Or
Your own ice.
Yeah. We should get blocks of ice. There you go.
Give them
Instead of
done.
They
yeah.
can do it.
yeah.
We do build your own a lot of stuff.
That's right.
but
The mac and
that's
cheese, burgers. Now we can do build your own ice cube.
We're gonna send that to the man up.
$15.50, no matter how much.
That's right.
Pick up
Use the
ice.
whole block or none of it, but it's $15.50.
We'll comp the extra ice.
Yeah.
Wasted.
Take it off your tab. Don't worry. That 50-cent wrench too. Ranch too.
I just don't understand why you would take it out on the server. Like, I'm sorry, that's not the ice that you prefer, but this is what we have. What do you want me to do?
Right.
Literally.
Sorry.
Literally.
I just wish people had more of an understanding of what's in our control and out of our control. We don't have much.
No, 100%. And that's the thing I think I love about waiters and waitresses and bartenders. Like, you guys are like the OG salespeople. Like, if you took away everything, there's nothing different from what I go through on a day-to-day basis than what you guys go through. And you're just the person facing the customer, just like a door-to-door salesman would be. And they always take it out on the person they see. So I think that's amazing because you guys see tenfold more people than I would in a day, right? And it could be lined with assholes, and then you just keep coming back. So
Yeah.
shout out you guys.
We're doing our best.
Thank you.
Yeah. Appreciate you keep coming back.
Hey, ultra.
Takes a big
on
drink
track
of
for
Busch
you.
Light.
Thank you.
Next time I see you.
Yeah. I should just bring in a 30 rack of Busch Light.
You should.
Like,
Sling 'em
See,
around
we
the
might
bar.
start selling it. Who
Josh
knows?
and Amy would let me keep it there, don't you think? Working our way up the food
Which
chain.
I will say, I'll give a little shout out to Amy and Josh and Roy, our managers. They are phenomenal. And we have had some prior managers that weren't so great, and you kind of don't know what you have until it's gone and or until it's in front of you. And they do a lot for our entire staff. And you're basically babysitting like 30 people.
For sure.
Women.
A variety of different ages.
Women
like
who have all synced up.
Well, and like between our busters and our expos and, our just staff in general, there's a lot going on. And we're not easy. I mean, especially the servers. We're all women and we have our days. And so God bless them.
Well, we have
you
our
know.
days together.
But yeah, shout out to them because they're great. And
true.
it does make a difference. And you can see when you go into other restaurants, like the disconnect that other restaurants have because they don't have that fluidity that does become very apparent when
Yeah, the whole vibe's off.
yeah, and
For sure.
you get busy and you're like, I have no help. I have no support staff. I have no one. I'm just like, you're just screwed. And you're like, I'm just going to go cry in the bathroom drink a Busch Light.
There you go.
That's where we should stash them, in the bathroom.
Or in the walk-in. In the walk-in.
Yeah,
Nice.
nice.
Exactly.
Yep.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Now we're thinking, putting our heads together, making a plan. I like it. Well, that's one of the things I want to touch on because, like, obviously going there, I'm not alcoholic, but I like to go to the bar with my friends. But, like, you guys always seem, like, so happy, right? Go lucky with everyone there. I know that's not the case just from knowing you. Like, I know that there's people there that you don't like. So how hard is it to put that face on every day when there's someone there that you hate that you have to work with?
I mean, we all have our days where we're definitely not faking it till we make it. I mean, most of them are faking it till we make it. I had a day like that Monday. Everyone at the bar was like, "What is going on? You are not yourself." And I was like, "Hey, guess what? I'm human. I'm having a bad day."
Yeah.
But I don't know. In my own personal experience, I've been trained to leave your problems at the front door. It doesn't matter your role. You can be a manager, an expo, a busser, a bartender, a server. It does not matter, but you're there to do a job. And I think all of us are very sociable people, so it's not necessarily hard for us to do that. But some days it is harder to, like, put on that front of, like, I'm not good.
Yeah.
But also we know that our personality and our appearance and things like that make us our money. So I think that also is motivation to get it together.
There you go.
Yeah, I think for me the most important thing is, like, as soon as I get to a table or I see that I have a new table, like, look at them and I don't want to say, like, evaluate, but you kind of, like, check out your audience, like, who are we dealing with? Yeah. I had a bachelor, like, 6 guys. They were here for a bachelor party, and that's a totally different vibe than.
Yeah, you walk up and you're like, "What's up, fuckers?"
Let's do this. How many shots we got? I'll take one in the back with it. You know what I mean? Like, or you have, like, an older couple East Coast that are, like, ready to order right when you walk up, and they don't care about your name and they don't care about your spiel. They're like, "We want this, buy," and you're like, "Got it." So it's just a different environment. And you have to know your audience, and you got to be willing to take some smack. Like, the one thing I have learned the most is to be quick on my feet, regardless of who you are. And I mean, whether it's an issue with your burger or just some shit talk you want to hit me with, like, I'm going to have something to say right back at you. So be ready if you want to talk some smack.
I love that.
Screw your mushrooms.
Ain't got none.
Fucking hate them. Just kidding.
86, the mushrooms.
Yes.
Rude.
Rude.
How dare we?
All right, what else is up?
Oh my gosh, geez, sorry.
Next, let's go.
Line 'em up.
No doubt.
Know your table.
Yeah, know your audience. Holy shit, pushy.
Come on, Ben.
So Kim just dropped a line, 86. That's something that we all like to joke about. How often does that happen? Explain what that is, because that's not something I knew until I moved here. I'd never heard that term.
Okay, so to put it in layman's terms, so to start off, if you are a guest and you are...
You're out of something.
I feel like all of ours.
Kim, you're out of something.
Well, no,
you don't have
like
it.
to get
86
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get 86. Okay, so I'm going to start low level and say...
Okay, work our
you
way
drink
through it.
Way too much. You're
Level up.
You're having a day and you've pounded 10 shots of Crown Royal because that's the person that you are.
Yeah.
And now you're causing hell at the bar. We're going to cut you off. We're going to stop serving you because it's in our best interest, your best interest, cool, whatever.
The world's
then
best
when you
interest.
fight us on it, and in my own personal experience, have a bar stool almost thrown at you over the bar top, you are then 86 from the establishment, you are not coming back.
Ever.
We all know your face. We all know your name because you've been in here enough to cause enough hell. And you're 86. You're done. Tyler would love to be 86. He never will.
Yeah, he just keeps talking about it all the time.
He asked me the other day, I said, bro, come on back after a beer and pour your own drink and you'll be 86.
No one would say anything.
But he honestly probably wouldn't.
To the regulars, it is a common question. What can I do to get kicked out of here? Like, they're bored.
They love
They're
it.
so bored. Yeah, they like
love
just
it.
need something spicy in their life.
Now, on Michelle's note, 86 mushrooms. We don't have mushrooms.
It means
Right.
we're out of. We
Out
do
of.
not have
We
them.
don't have them.
And no, we're
So-
not going to go to Sprouts or Whole
No,
Foods
we're
or
not actually
Safeway
going
to
to.
get them.
Yeah.
So you are stuck.
Or
we
if I have a bad day and I'm going to walk out the building. 86
Michelle.
I'm out.
86
There
me.
can't get any more of me.
Yes.
Goodbye.
We're done here.
Time to leave.
So it's out.
Yeah.
You're out. It's out.
Now,
It's
how often does that happen? Recently, we've had a few, but it's definitely not an every shift or every week thing.
We saw one like 2 Fridays ago.
You have to. I mean, you have to really push our buttons, and it's not just like one, like
Right.
one bartender or one server. Like if you are interfering with our establishment and you are like pushing the boundaries too far, we will do what is necessary.
Right.
And I mean, if you're too drunk, like we've all been there. But
Sure.
but
Be an adult.
don't get physical and don't flail your hands and storm out and
And
blah,
get
blah, like,
loud and call us
yeah,
things
don't
or anybody
be
else
an adult.
things.
Have your friends help you. Like, also, if you're around your friends that are potentially getting 86, like, save the day. Like,
Yeah.
we all need a friend like that. We've all been there on both sides. But, like, step in. Know what's best for that person. Help them if you can. And, I mean, I think I know one of our other bartenders have, like, we'll call you an Uber. We'll call you a cab. We'll call you a taxi. Whatever you need. We will get you to where you need to be. But please don't fight us. We
For
do
sure.
care about you and your health and your well-being.
Yeah.
As well as our business. So it's something personal. It's just like you've maxed out.
Not-
No more level up.
No more levels.
Leveling up is done.
Yeah. I just think it's so wild. Like, I mean, there was a lady 2 weeks ago, and Josh and Amy kicked her out, and then she was like going around taking pictures. It's like, I'm calling my lawyer. And it was like, I was making a joke because she came around the bar. We were on the outside, and she started taking pictures of the TV. And I'm like, this lady's never seen a TV outside before. Like, what is going on?
Is this your first experience out
Yeah,
at 57 years
right.
old?
Yeah, like, but then she just started like, talking all this shit about how you're calling the lawyer and the insurance companies. Everybody, okay, call them.
Yeah.
You want their number? I don't know.
Yeah.
You're going to talk about insurance, but you're a liability to our business. So
Right.
Well, and like,
bye.
I think personally she was just going through some shit and needed
Yeah.
to get it out.
Hey,
Alcohol
like I
does that
said,
to you.
we prefaced it. We're therapists in our own way. So
Yeah.
are nail techs, so are lash ladies, hair ladies. Like we get a
Shout
variety
out.
of people.
Shout out, Tom.
Shout out.
Nail tech.
Oh, who's in love with you?
Most of those people are sober when they go there. Ours not so much. So we get a different depth. We get a new layer that.
Well, it's literally adult babysitting.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we'll do it all for you. We'll help you out in
We even feed
most
you too.
ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. I know.
And we're happy to.
Yes.
Like, I love it.
Yes.
I love it. I love the job. I love coming in. I love that there's regulars and they get excited. I get excited and we can just like shoot the bullshit. I love the new people and you're like giving them the new experience and stuff like that. It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
I've noticed more 86ing though being behind the bar than being a server. It
Sure.
happens way more often for people
I
that
do
sit
have
at
a
the
heavy
bar.
pour.
Yeah. I was gonna say, so you guys are filling them drinks here.
And
Whoops.
link when you want me to stop.
Like 2 minutes later.
Bottles
It's
running on the floor.
overflowing.
Yeah. Oh, that's good stuff. So obviously, I think the thing that I like about ColdBeers is like a melting pot of people. Like, there's a bunch of different walks of life in there, and we all
Jesus.
sit down and we
I
all
love it.
yeah, but we all have a beer, and it's just like
And then we're all
yeah,
the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's flat, right? So tell me, like, without like naming names, like some of the most interesting people like that have been in there. Like, I mean, for me, like, I think to a lot of people, Tom Chambers, right? He comes in all the time, like, and he was a former NBA All-Star, and he just comes into the bar, and his kid wears headphones and sits with him, and
Yeah.
like, it's just, I mean,
I
you
had him
just see
today.
people, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
He came in today with his, I think, girlfriend, and we just chit chatted, and I mean, it's
Shit, I haven't seen him in so long.
it's another
Came in
day. He actually, fun fact, he is the uncle of one of our line cooks,
Yep.
so he stops in every
Okay.
once in a while. So he's a nice guy, but we've definitely had our fair share of celebrities and
like, define a celebrity.
like an NBA basketball player, not on the Suns. I will say that.
Okay.
I'm not name dropping, but
Sure.
give me another Bush Light and I might.
There you go, sister.
But we do get really interesting people. Like
All walks of
Whitey.
life.
Yeah.
Whitey is one of the most
For
interesting
sure.
people
Well,
I've
they
ever
make
met.
you wonder, like,
Yes.
what is your life like?
Ron.
What do you,
Drinks
yes.
2 Chimay. He's so comes in a
Suit jacket every day.
suit jacket, pinky ring,
Yeah.
Chimay, and he
You're like, is your family part of the mafia? Like,
Right.
what are you?
yeah.
And what is a chimay? Because like, where I'm from, people that are listening, they have no idea what a chimay
Wait,
is.
before we tell you, you have to put your pinky up.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Hold on. Before we tell you, guess. Just give us a little,
Well, I know what it is.
Oh, you
but I
do?
want, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, before you knew, what would you think it was?
A chimay, I would have guessed that he was drinking some like fancy whiskey. Something
no,
like
that's
that.
not it.
Yeah,
It's
not
a
even
beer.
close.
It's a Belgium beer?
I would
Pretty
say that I would
just
think
work
it's like a nice glass of wine, like Chimay.
It does sound like
Sure,
bed,
that's right.
like a
baby.
Chianti.
Maybe some bubbly.
like-
Yeah.
Let's pop a bottle of Chimay.
It's
Yeah,
our,
see?
it's our
But they
house
have different-
prosecco. Like, no.
They have
It-
different colors though, from what I know. We have Chimay blue.
Yes.
Oh,
There's
I
like
didn't know that.
that's what Ron told me. There's like I think a Chimay red, Chimay
I'm sure there's all
I
the
don't know.
above.
I don't know.
Yeah.
How much does a Chimay run?
$12 a bottle, and it's I don't know 10 ounces.
Yeah, it's a little, dude.
Yeah, 9 to. I
Little
mean,
guy.
Yeah.
yeah, but same with some of our beers, like the Oma Gang Sour. It comes in a little tulip because it's a triple.
A triple.
Le APA. Who else is amazing?
I'm trying to think who else makes me.
You just, I
do
mean, you
have-
get a wide variety.
I know.
yeah.
People from
There's
across
just like
the world,
a
even.
certain older blonde lady, and she comes in, and you just never know what she's gonna say. You never know who she's gonna hit on, or what she's gonna say, or what tea she's going to have, or
Well, and her seat at the bar only changes 16 times in an hour
yes.
because of the
Whoever shows
prospects.
up.
The prospects.
Nice.
there's
Good on
always-
her.
lineup on deck.
Yeah. Good for her.
It's fun. It's fun to
It's great.
observe.
We get to watch.
Yeah.
The
Where's she
people
going next?
watching.
Yeah, the people
Yes.
watching.
Incredible.
Oh, it's my favorite.
For
I
sure.
love people watching.
Huge pro in the job.
And it is a big pro. That's what I love when I'm not that busy and I can actually pay attention.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or engage with your
Yes.
customers and like even what they see. You'd be very surprised at what other customers see and hear. And it makes you think, oh my God, what can they hear what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
I poured beer
all
and
the,
I'm like, "You're
all the
over."
customers are out, in the dining room. But, when we go back and we're yelling and screaming and hollering and dancing and twerking and whatever in the back, like what,
Oh, that's a
what
great
can they
thing.
really hear?
Right.
The kitchen, the back kitchen, as soon as you go
Electric.
through those double doors
It's
into the back
over.
kitchen, you watch a moving waiting. It's not like the grossness of that, it's just the interaction of that.
Yeah.
Who's fucking who?
The
Who's
no rules
like
apply.
the rules of the goat. If you've ever watched that movie.
And the melting pot. I mean, we have
yeah.
expos that are 16 years old, and then we have a kitchen manager that's like 60. So
Yeah.
Right.
there is
True.
and
a lot going on.
and
For
everybody
sure.
between. So
Yeah.
there's the stories, the language, the talk, the
my
tea.
God.
It's just hysterical.
Yeah, pantsing.
I
crying over
the
spilled
pantsing. It's just all.
yeah, I
It's
mean,
so
we like
much
cry
fun.
in the back and rally in the front. Like that's
Yeah.
really
Literally.
what it is.
Yeah.
It's like a mullet, but
but we love it.
no party.
It's so good. I mean, I'm not a spring chicken. I'm 35, and one of my best.
I'm not a spring chicken, she says.
I'm 35, and one of my best girlfriends is going to be 22. What are you, 29, 28?
One of my best friends, but I don't know what it is.
Hey, how old are you? How old are you?
How
All
are
I
you?
know is
I'll
you're
be
a
29
decade
in
younger
July.
than both of me. And you guys are like my bestest fucking friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is wild.
And we'd never meet without this job. Like, would we be friends? Of course. But like, just the camaraderie that we have.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, you go through stuff with people and you gossip and you have just similar interests where you're like, did that just fucking happen?
yeah,
did.
it did.
Did we just experience that?
We sure did.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, full circle. We get some interesting characters, some NBA
Yes.
players, some football players, some
If I've met a famous
Porn
person,
stars.
some
yes,
porn
those
stars. Yep.
I
Really?
honestly couldn't
Yeah.
tell you if I've met a famous
Yeah.
person or not because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Kim's
care.
like, I don't care. I don't care.
I just work there.
She
You're
yells
really
hole in
tall.
one during a touchdown, so that's my girl, Kimmy K.
Hole in one during NFL playoffs. What's up?
Got to have Kim Harkin around.
Yeah, no, it is.
Famous or not, we have an eclectic group of people that come in.
That's a big word.
What a word.
Yeah, good for you.
Being 35.
I know, you're well versed. Yeah.
Frank.
Got
Wait,
that
hold on.
dictionary read.
Level up.
That's incredible. No, I think, I mean, like really the people that I've met outside of y'all, but like just sitting with random people. Like a month ago, I met a guy from Winnipeg who owns a comedy club. And I
See?
tried to get him on. He was in with Whitey, played golf with Whitey.
Oh, yeah.
And
How
so
freaking
you're
cool,
right.
yeah.
It's like these are just the most random people you'll ever meet. And I got his number, and when he comes back, he's going to be on the pod. Like,
amazing.
So, I mean, like, yeah, it's just nuts, but it just blows my mind. Like, you walk in those doors, and I don't know, do you feel like a lot of tension when you go other places, right? Like, there's people, I mean, are assholes.
cliquey.
Right, yeah.
Yep.
And there's not that. Like, every time I've sat down next to somebody at the bar, you just start talking. I don't know.
Vibe, yeah.
It's just a vibe. It is a vibe there, and it's interesting. So I'm envious of y'all getting to live that vibe every day.
Well, I'm happy to hear you say that too, because I feel that way, but I work there. So to hear an outsider say
Well, we
that.
try to like facilitate those conversations and like get them started and then run away because that's what we have to do. But it's nice seeing success out of them and that they end up being good things.
Yeah,
For sure.
for sure.
So how much drama goes on inside the ColdBeers walls?
However much drama you want to be involved
I mean,
in.
you'd love to be a fly on the wall.
Honestly,
I can only imagine.
And
Like, I know it happens
Marlena
everywhere.
nailed it. There's always drama.
If
There's
you
a lot of
want
people and
to
it's a
be,
melting pot.
I
so.
just
a lot
say
of
like
girls.
everyone's.
Fair. Kim, good point.
I like to have my cookie jar or my hand in everyone's cookie jar. Like, I like to know what's the basis of everybody, but I also just care about all the employees that work there.
Yeah,
All
you
of
do.
them?
All of them. So
Clean up aisle 4. Jesus, Marlena.
that'll be the next one. So yeah, I mean, if you want to be involved, all you gotta do is show up.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be involved, all you gotta do is walk out.
It's you and your personal attachment or whatever. It's you.
For sure.
It's how much you want to be involved. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just
But
surprised.
yes,
Like,
there's a shit ton.
yeah, and I'm sure there is, but like
daily.
but you just
Daily.
don't see it.
It is TMZ back
No,
there.
Yeah,
That's-
back to the whole you leave
Oh,
it at
yes.
the front
Right.
door, you
Yeah.
take it through those double doors.
Right.
When we're on the floor, it's customer only. Like,
And then you just all of a sudden you find out like somebody doesn't work there anymore. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, sounds good.
Then we have a party.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
it's only happened a few times.
You're right.
It's fine. Everything's
it's
fine.
hard to get fired there.
It really is.
which I don't know. This is my only like restaurant industry, so I have no other experience if like that's a normal thing or if that's like.
I mean, it's kind of common sense.
Yeah, I mean, especially post pandemic, I feel like a lot of people just have been cruising around, so it's easy to not work. And the employees that we do have, we're like trying to just like salvage off the floor. So
Right.
then we're keeping everybody, and then you just get a mixture. But I think right now we have a solid group, and we get along well. And you know, I mean, you have to care about the customer more than you care about the person that you're working with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you're sitting there and you've been waiting X amount of minutes for your beer, like, wouldn't you want somebody to bring you your beer, even if like they were having issues? Just put the customer first. But I mean, put 15 girls in a room together, then who knows?
Yeah, for sure. So you touched on the pandemic a little bit. I think seeing people how they act outside of the pandemic. What was that like for y'all? I mean, obviously the industry shuts down. Were you guys all at ColdBeers then? Yes, for sure. Yeah.
And then we reopened and then we shut down again because we caught on fire. So we drank for 2 weeks at Marlena's house.
At Marlena's house, yeah.
We really
Worst sunburn I ever got in my life was as your.
we shut down. I mean, like March 22nd was like our last day. They called us in like that Wednesday, and then they were like, "Okay, we're shutting down," and then they let us open that Thursday, and then that Friday, and then I think like that Saturday they were like, "Yeah, we're done," and then we were done for 2 months. We reopened. We had to clean Mother's Day. I'll never forget that. I was like, "It's Mother's Day. You can't wait one freaking day."
Yeah, well, I'll come tomorrow.
Yeah, seriously. So
You're in
Mother's
industry, get used to it.
Mother's Day, we cleaned that beezy down and we reopened the next day. And I mean, that was probably the busiest for a year that store had ever been. I mean, we're like a third of the size or half the size of most locations, and we just kill it. Like,
There would literally be one person working the entire.
Oh my god!
Like server, not person.
Sure.
Like
I mean,
one bartender, one server.
Good luck. The entire restaurant. Like,
Entire
you'd just be
restaurant.
like, I hope.
I mean, it was like half capacity, but if you think about it, like anytime you're in, we have 1 to 2 bartenders for an almost
Right.
50 seat bar, which keep in mind, people are constantly coming up and just ordering.
Yeah.
On top
Yeah.
of everyone's sitting there. And then we have, I mean, I don't even know what our max occupancy is, but there's always at least 2 to
It's
like
202,
4 servers.
but
now.
it's
202 fire capacity. Jeez.
But I mean, there's a lot of
169.
people that could be in there. Listen, Linda. But there's a be in there. And so then we're just like winging it because they wouldn't schedule anything more. They're like, we have to make money. So figure it out.
And we're open. So good luck.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
We worked on Monday. I remember it was like not immediately after the pandemic, but it was definitely, we were not in the clear yet, like full capacity.
There are some days in this job you'll never forget. This is one of those days.
Yes.
We had a temp manager who did nothing. And when I say he did nothing, like I'm giving him credit. He did.
He gave us his
manager card.
key card.
He's like, good luck. We were so in over our heads and we handled it so well. But we got so hammered after that shift.
Oh my God. We were off.
I didn't even know what my own name was after that.
We were supposed
like,
to be
what
off
just
at
happened?
4. We didn't get off till 6. And I think we drank until 6 a.m. the next day. Like,
Yeah,
we
no
were
joke.
just...
Like there
Just
were
licking their
so
wounds.
many people. There were so many people. We had nothing to do. And we didn't expect to be busy. It's post COVID. Everyone's scared of COVID. Whatever.
Yeah.
But
No,
it
not
was
that
like-
restaurant.
No,
People were not.
No.
That-
Not at ColdBeers. You walk through them doors, that was
Still
never a
busy.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it
we were
was just
still busy.
So busy.
I made great money.
insane. I had tables telling me, "Hey, you have people turning out the front door, right?
Yeah.
Because they're waiting too long." I said, "Good, because we don't have
We
anybody to
don't
help
even have a
them.
place to put you.
We
That's
don't
so
even.
nuts.
Yeah, it was just insanity." But I mean, I guess that's job security because we haven't stopped since.
I know.
Before or after COVID.
For sure.
So,
I mean, it's hands down the busiest place in town.
yeah.
Like,
well,
I
in
don't-
that area. Yeah.
I don't even think like there's a close second. Like going all over the valley and being in different places every day. Like it doesn't matter what time of day in CB is packed.
There's
Yeah.
always something going on.
We have one of our managers is like relatively new, like 8-9 months she's been there. And
Shout out Amy.
and
Amy.
she'll completely admit that there's never been like a lull. Like
Right.
we have like 3 hours where we're like like half as busy as we
A
normally are.
breather.
Sure.
Like you like your life,
You know.
and then
You can
everything
kinda
else
eat in
is just
between
like
tables.
you're
have a
just
tater tot.
running around that hoping that you can get to everybody and
Yeah.
that you don't mess up, and you're like, well, I mean, this is just what it is.
I would love to watch what we look like when we're in the weeds. Like I know I don't look good. You guys, you do okay, but like
Smile and wave,
God.
boys.
Yeah.
Smile and wave.
My legs are so short. I'm just like just going to tables. That's what I
Zing,
think. I
zang,
look
zing,
like.
zang, zing, zang, zang, zang. Yeah.
Just that's what I think I look like. Just focus. Yeah.
When
What
I
do you
sit
want?
in the well
What do you
and
need?
I'm like, I have 42 tickets, and I'm like, you know that meme, and it's the dog sitting at the desk, and everything's in flames.
Everything's fine.
It's fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's
It's not, but it's. I mean, fuck it.
Deep breath.
You'll get your beer. Don't worry.
Yeah. No, it's coming. I know.
Eventually. Maybe
For sure.
tomorrow.
One
but
day.
No, it'll come. It'll come. So I think I know it's not a question that just I have, but I think people have a lot of questions about the industry. How are tables assigned? Because sometimes it makes no sense. Like if I try to
Rotate.
I
figure
don't
out,
disagree with that.
It depends on the time. Of
I
day,
don't
though.
disagree. That doesn't
Yeah.
make no sense.
Okay, so well, you speak to this, but like morning and night, it's so different because of the crowd that's expected.
So,
sure.
also,
And obviously, like, sorry to cut you off, but obviously, if there's like a game or a fight that you're
right.
expecting a ton of
totally.
people in,
Even golf, like
yeah,
Oh my God.
Sundays.
whatever, whatever golf event there is, there's some TikTok and freaking Table 22 that wants to watch a hockey game that nobody cares about. Shout out to the Seattle Kraken because I'm from Seattle, but like nobody cares about
They
the
listen, so
nobody,
good shout
nobody
out.
cares about your freaking Coyotes versus the Kraken. Like I'm sorry,
Yeah.
they both suck. They're like
Yeah.
literally the last 2 of the last 3 teams in the entire league. So
Arizona doing great. Woo woo.
bandwagon, here I am. But I just like I'll change your TV when I get to changing your TV
Yeah, give
too.
us a second. I'm sorry.
But
So
in the morning, like,
yeah, in the morning we normally have like 2 to 3 girls on, and you get
Servers.
servers, and then you get assigned like a certain amount of tables. So like it could be
Front, middle, back.
basically
Basically.
and that's usually every restaurant. You have
Yeah.
a general area that you're in charge of taking care of, and then at night it gets divided more because you have more girls on. You're usually busier. Bar is usually just
First come, first
Free
serve.
for all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Free fall.
and hope for the best.
But do you
much
guys like
fun.
split tips at the bar then?
So
Like at the end of the night?
to put it into perspective, say we're working a Monday morning. There's one bartender, 2 servers. Servers will rotate. Every other table that comes in, they're taking it. So just depending on who's next, that server will take the table. Bartender, whole bar, good luck. At the end of the day, or I should say end of that shift before the night shift starts, if there's just one bartender on, which is most likely most lunch shifts during the week, all that money is to that bartender. servers, any money they make off of the tables that they took, which is essentially 50-50 of the restaurant with the other server, all that money's theirs. Nighttime, if there's more than one bartender, we essentially pool our tips. So everything's put in a cup. And then at the end of the night, say the closing
Divided by
bartender.
hours.
Yeah, closing bartender worked 5 to 10. Mid bartender worked 4 to 6. Total hours, 7 hours. You take the total amount of money, divide it by 7 hours, and then there's your hourly.
Divided
by the amount of
How many hours you work.
But every restaurant's
restaurant's
different.
different.
Yes.
Sure.
But
That's for us.
I understand it doesn't make sense because say it's a busy night, you got 4 servers on the floor. That means that there's 4 sections or 5 sections, and they have to rotate.
Right.
They have to rotate. And that's good for the customer because if you don't rotate and say you get sat 4 different times, and one of them happens to be a very inquisitive party of 10 that wants to ask you all the questions in the world, they're going to stand there forever. It's going to take me forever to get to my next table that
Right.
I'm sat at.
It's
So
always for the
that's
benefit
why
of the customer, but
So
the customers care about the customers. They don't care about any of the other tables.
I'm going to sit here.
Yeah, I want to sit here right now.
Which I understand, but
Totally.
also understand us too. Like, sorry, it might take a little bit longer because essentially you sat yourself. And
Right.
Well,
you
like,
threw
to
me
that
off my
note-
groove, man. Like,
Yeah. Like I only have to greet 22 of you at
Yeah.
once. It's fine.
You
Well, I've
know.
had people ask, they're like, I see 5 tables open. Why am I not being sat? Why is there a wait? And I'm like, because either you're going to stand up here for the next 15 minutes or you're going to sit at a table with no one speaking to you.
Right.
And then
What
complain
makes you
about
more
it.
You don't
upset?
know what's going on in the background.
And
Oh,
I
on
tell them-
top of it, with the kitchen, we have so many to-goes since COVID.
I bet.
Yeah.
COVID has changed to-goes.
DoorDash,
DoorDash,
Uber
Uber
Eats,
Eats. So behind in the kitchen, they're making like an order of 20 fucking burgers while making everybody in the kitchen. So I feel for them. And,
Yeah.
Sure.
But
There's always a
yes.
reason behind, but people just see it face value and
Yeah.
they're like, well, half the restaurant's open in tables. And I'm like, okay, well, we have 2 servers on when we're supposed to have 5. 3 of them called out. Like, we're trying to give you the best experience, and to do so, we have to time it out.
Right.
For the server to greet you, for the kitchen to catch up, for everything to run smoothly. And I don't think a lot of people understand that, but that is literally why it happens.
Yeah.
So, and it's like super hard to keep people lately.
For sure. That's the thing, like, that I appreciate about, and like, that's what I wanted you guys to talk about here towards the end. But it's like, people don't understand that you're not seating to capacity because you don't have the people to serve to capacity.
We're so short staffed.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
And most restaurant
everywhere.
areas-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like, people don't want to work. And then
Sometimes we don't have a dishwasher, and we have our GM in the dish pit washing plates to make sure the kitchen has something to put burgers on.
right.
But he can't be up front to deal with the complaining person that has to wait 15 minutes because
Yeah.
the host is doing her
or
job. Like, I mean, there's
needs the TV changed
Or
right now.
yes,
Yeah.
to a Yankees game you could have just watched at home.
Correct. So I guess if you're listening, you're an asshole. Stop being.
Yeah,
an
right. Being aware is important.
Yeah.
That's
Just understanding. Back to the
Yeah,
the
for
question
sure.
earlier.
Be a human
understanding.
being.
Work
Yeah.
with me. I got you, but just give me a sec.
Yeah. So outside of being understanding, if you could tell one person one thing to every person that walks in the door, what would that thing be?
I'm just as hangry as you, bro.
Yeah.
that's the most Michelle response ever. I'm over here like, wow, just treat me like you would treat your daughter, and you're like, freaking bitch, suck it up. We got range
I've
here.
had 2 cold tater tots all day.
Yeah.
I'm on Celsius coffee.
Yes, the night before wine. It's fine.
It's like, I don't even know. I don't know. Just, I don't know. I'm a human being. That's it. I'm not a service person. I'm not a maid. Just speak to me like a human being. That's
yeah.
it. That's
Treat
it.
me-
Just
Just with the same, like mutual
That's it.
respect.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, I'll give back to you.
Yeah.
My favorite line is, "I just work here."
mm-hmm.
Shit hits a fan. Sorry, bro. I just work here.
I don't know. I live here actually. I don't even work here.
Yeah.
My cot's in the back.
It's fine.
It's the one that caught
You
on
got a
fire last
cot?
year.
Michelle's on the floor, so
I'm in the oven.
You're like, I got the menus that I lay out every night to clean. Yeah, I sleep on those in the bathroom.
Napkins all over me as a blanket.
One big cushion for a pillow.
So true.
well, I appreciate you guys so much. Not only for making my life fun for a year, but for being on here. hopefully teaching people to be a little less rude at a restaurant. I think that's important. I don't know.
Just be more like you, Ben.
Yeah, that's right.
You set the standard. It's
That's right.
gonna be okay.
I set the bar. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
I need a picture at ColdBeers. This is the bar. That's
Yes.
the bar.
Oh,
Let's do
God.
it.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate you all so much for being on. Everyone at home, thank you so much for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, unsubscribe, subscribe again. Rate us 5 stars.
5
Appreciate
out of
you all.
5 on Yelp.
Yeah, on Yelp, we're not on Yelp, but that's cool.
It was a joke.
Big oof.
ColdBeers, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Don't look there.
my name is Kim.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.